Thank you, and good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us here. The group here on stage is called Singapore Tremolo Strings, and we just performed a work called Torre Bermeja, composition by Isaac Albéniz, a Spanish composer. In fact, this evening, all our pieces are from Spain. And incidentally, next week, we're going to have a similar performance, but music from the Philippines and the Rondalla, how it evolved in the Philippines. Tonight's just from Spain. And this piece, of course, is popular with guitarists as well. People like Andrea Segovia, Julian Bream, John Williams, they have recorded this song. Some of you, maybe you play the guitar. Yvette here, she has definitely worked on some of these pieces, and it works very well on the guitar, although originally written for the piano. Now, just as we get deeper into the construction of this group, I'd like to bring on Michelle, who's smiling right now, to discuss these instruments. Hello, Michelle.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here tonight. The Singapore Tremolo String instruments that you see on stage are from the Rondalla family. And in the rhythm section, over in the end, we have Yvette, who's playing a classical guitar. And the guitar in a rondalla holds the music together, primarily with chords, but also with adaptations that suit the style of the music that we play. We typically have a bass instrument, a double bass, or a bass guitar to form part of the rhythm section. So we're going to play a piece called Dandansoy, and each of us will start in sequence so you can hear the different instruments as they come in. The tremolo instruments that we have 14 strings and are fretted like a guitar, and they're played in fast movement using a pick or a plectrum, moving back and forth quickly, and that's what gives the rondalla or the tremolo that distinctive sound. You hear that same sound in a Chinese orchestra by the pipa, as well as for older people in this crowd today, in The Godfather. The theme from The Godfather has that distinct tremolo, which is played by the mandolin in that movie. The lower instruments of our rondalla family are the mandola and the loud. We also have an octavina, but there's only 5 of us today, so there's no octavina. And Ian is playing the loud today, and it's tuned an octave higher than the lowest instrument, the mandola. In a string orchestra, the loud is compared to a cello or a viola, or in a choir akin to the tenor. It is tuned from the lowest string on an F sharp, and its highest string is the high G, which is notated with 2 lines. So that's Ian playing the loud. And the mandola at the end is the lowest instrument in the rondalla family. It is 1 octave lower than the loud, and it is becoming quite rare to find mandolas played in traditional rondalla ensembles, but we're happy to have that deep, rich tone that it lends to every rondalla. The higher instruments on this side, beginning with the mandolin, we have Angelo on the mandolin today. And the mandolin is not typically played in a traditional rondalla, but it blends in beautifully as it also has that same quality with the tremolo. Angelo is a violinist by training and background, and the mandolin is strung and tuned just like the violin. But it has 8 strings, and it is not bowed, and it has frets. The lowest string on the mandolin is G, and it goes up to that beautiful E, which you can hear, tremoloed by Angelo. The banduria is like the mandolin, played on the same octave, is the highest instrument in the rondalla family. It usually, but not always, carries the melody. And in a string orchestra, it would be akin to a violin. The music we're playing tonight is from Spain. And in Spain, rondalla instruments are played by university students called La Tuna. Enjoy.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, everyone. Sevilla. It's Dandansoy, by the way. The name of that piece is called Dandansoy, and was arranged specially to introduce the various instruments. And usually we have 8 players on stage. The standard setup for one tier of performers is 8. And as Michelle mentioned, usually we have a double bass, or electric bass maybe, and a percussionist. And an instrument which is not on stage is the octavina. Right? Mine's the mandola. And between me and him, there's another instrument called the octavina, but we are keeping to a safety distance setup today. So only 5 allowed on stage. So this is what we have. Okay, the next piece, Sevillanas Boleras, Spanish piece as well. And Sevillanas, that's a Spanish dance, usually in 3/4, so the 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. But when you mix it with the Boleras, you also have changing time signature. So sometimes it's in 2/4, 4/4, and you mix these meters up. You get some interesting rhythm. So this one's called Sevillanas Boleras.
Ole!
Thank you. So as by now you would have gathered that we strictly need this plectrum, right? Try to do it with your fingers, it doesn't work so well. Guitarists do that, like on her guitar you can use your nails and try to tremolo, but we certainly need a plectrum. And for the different instruments, some of us have slightly softer picks, the gauge. I know Ian is using a slightly medium hard kind of pick. And of course that changes the sound and the control you have over your instrument. Let's go to Granada now, Andalusia, Spain. Now, this is a very famous piece by Mexican composer Agustin Lara, written in 1932. This is probably the most familiar piece, I think, in our repertoire today. Even Jose Carreras the opera singer. He has made this his signature piece. And in this song, we have various moods with an introduction from the two high voices, mandolin and bandurria. And then a vivace section, a lively piece in minor key. And then Ian on the laud brings us into this sweet lyrical melody of Granada, which we all love. All right, let's hear it now. Granada. Yes, Michelle. Thank you, Granada, right? Love that melody. And I've heard guitar ensembles, guitar orchestras play this as well. I think harmonica ensembles might have played it also. Wonderful melody there. So hope you're enjoying the music so far, music from Spain. The next one's called La Jota Mocadena. And this one, once again, is of a dance form. And in this song, we like to feature different kinds of moods and tempi. And especially in the middle, you hear this very moody minor key melody. We slow things down quite a bit. But then Yvette is giving us an accompaniment in semi-quaver, so it's all connected. All right, so watch out for that. So here it is, La Jota Mocadena. Thank you. Dance form there, La Jota Mocadena. Now, just a couple of words before we come to our final piece. The formation of this group has been made possible by one of our local doyen and maestros, Dr. Joseph Peters, if any of you have heard of him. He was instrumental in forming the early marching bands in Singapore in the early days of nation building. So quite an important person here. Although recently he's been more based in Thailand doing programs like this, teaching Rondalla, forming such ensembles. And this group was especially formed to lead the development of this genre of music in Singapore, in Thailand, in Myanmar, and Indonesia. So please look up for us on Facebook, and if you'd like to join us and if you're interested in this kind of music, playing tremolo music particularly. Now, there are three pillars of instruments in the string world. This is tremolo. We are more familiar with the bowed instruments and the plucked instruments like the guitar. Bowed, of course, the viol family, violins, cellos, and so on. But this family has, in a sense, been neglected worldwide, perhaps. And in many parts of the world, as far as Russia, you have such instruments. So we hope to bring it back to life, maybe playing more contemporary music in the future. Okay, so we've come to the end of the show. Hope you enjoyed it so far. This one's called Rondalla Aragonesa, music from Enrique Granados.
Thank you, and we hope you've enjoyed the performance. We kindly seek your cooperation to maintain a safe distance